How do you make $10,000 per month on YouTube? Yo, what's going on everyone? Hayden here coming back at you with a brand new video. And in this one, we're gonna be diving into my computer. I'm gonna go through and show you a couple things that actually I apparently heard I'm not allowed to show you with my personal YouTube analytics, my CPM, the numbers behind that. I'm gonna show you everything. I feel like that's something I don't need to hide. That's not like my purpose. A lot of people do YouTube, like big YouTubers that you see, which we are gonna go through and break down. You know, they make money through that. That's their direct source of income. That's not exactly the case in this niche, but I'm gonna go through and break down how a small audience, like I know that myself just off YouTube ads, I can make more money than a channel with a couple 100,000 or 1 million subscribers because of the rates, the type of people who are watching. I'm gonna break all of that down inside of here, but I want you to know that I know people who, when they had 800 subscribers, not 800,000, 800 subscribers made 30,000 in a day. I know people with a couple thousand who make $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month. So a lot of times, you know, this is just a very, very rough. It can be more, it can be less. In the entrepreneur niche, usually one email on an email list and one subscriber is usually equivalent to about $1 per month. So I don't make anywhere near that off my personal brand because I don't promote off that stuff. I'm gonna go through and directly show you everything with my own YouTube ad revenue as well as a couple other income streams that are directly correlated to that. So with that being said, you guys, if you're trying to build a YouTube channel, whether it's for your personal brand or just a regular influencer type of page where maybe you don't feel comfortable putting yourself out there, that's totally fine. There's a video I made a couple days back talking about how to grow 10,000 subscribers a month. So go ahead, go back on the channel and watch that if you haven't, because that's a little bit more about the growth. You obviously need attention. Attention breeds, well, I guess money, you know, like you need the eyeballs on you. So with that being said, let's start off inside of Social Blade. If you guys don't know what this is, again, we broke it down in the last video talking about growth. This is a very helpful resource that actually you can use for YouTube, Instagram. Obviously, you don't make money directly off Instagram, so there's nothing there. But you can search up any YouTuber you want. I've also pulled up RiceGum. I'm gonna go through, talk about a few different people, the different niches, because that affects your ad rates. So just the direct, you know, when you're on YouTube and you see an ad, the person who recorded that video is getting paid for that. Unless they're playing copyrighted content where then that person gets the money from that, they're making money off that ad. But there's a very drastic range in the ad rates. So if you guys are familiar with, let's take Jeff, my friend's JR Garage for an example. You know, they have, I think, around 900,000 subscribers. They make a lot of car videos. Their CPM is like 1. Like they make next to nothing off YouTube and they get millions of views. So like I make more than them just off the ad revenue and I get way less. It's because of the type of audience. So if you have someone like RiceGum or Jake Paul inside of there, like their stuff, I'm gonna go through and break that down. Their CPMs are gonna be lower because it's kids. You know, they can still get like 3 to 5. I think Jake is probably around like a 5, maybe a 10 CPM. Again, it can drastically change based on a whole multitude of reasons. But it's very interesting. I'm going to break all of that down. So there is this website, Social Blade. This gives an estimate of what people make. And I used to use this very closely. So for example, for RiceGum, usually you could take about like the middle. That's what I used to think to be accurate. So I'm like, okay, he's making 100K a month off YouTube. So they're estimating he's making a minimum of 10,000 and a maximum of 172. And you can do this for any YouTuber. So, you know, estimated like, let's say $1 million a year. And you can go through, see his growth as well, the estimated daily earnings, all of that. So I used to believe that to be very accurate. Now that I have my own channel and I come over here and they've estimated my earnings, if you were to do the same theory, I'd be making like $900 to $1,000 a month. I'm making an exponential amount more than that, okay? So theoretically, if you were to apply that then over to RiceGum, you know, I'm making anywhere between like 6 to 8 or 9,000 a month off the ad revenue with 500,000 views. So 500,000 views for me and my audience is equivalent to, let's just call it 6,000 to be conservative. So if you go to RiceGum and apply that, his daily views is 3 times that. So theoretically, when they're saying, you know, you could take that middle estimate, he's making $3,000 a day. Let's just call it 6 to be generous. Theoretically, he should be making 18 if he had the same CPM as me. So we don't know his CPM. There's no way to see that. That's his ad rate. You can only see that in the back end of YouTube. So this might get me screwed. I might end up having to delete this video or something if it's not allowed. Sorry, YouTube. But right inside of here, the last 28 days, I get a chunk of this. YouTube absolutely cuts your balls off with the amount they take. That's the total YouTube ad revenue. This is the amount of views, or at least the monetizable views. So As you can see right here, the playback-based CPR or CPM, excuse me, I don't really look at that. I don't know all this stuff, the lingo. All I know is that this right here, my CPM is 28, which is ridiculously high. And it's been steadily climbing. I remember when I hit like 15 and Jeff from JR Garage was like, what the hell? Like mine's at 1 or 2. And then it's like 20 and then it's climbing to 22, 25. And now I just checked and it's at 28. So I need some sort of viral video because that'd be worth a lot. So it's really crazy to see, but that's exactly just the revenue. You can go through and break all this down. It shows you some of the videos. So this is just in the last 28 days, the total revenue from a video. So for example, one video, I had a video right here with a 54 CPM on that individual video. I don't know exactly why or how that's all broken up, but 28 seems to be my average. So on the last 28 days, just this one video I made, in just 28 days, it made $2,100. So that video, I think I get a chunk of that. I get like 40% or 55, some sort of number. YouTube takes like roughly half. So that's why I'm getting about half of this. So like 7,000 for 400,000-ish views. So that's how you guys can go ahead and break it down. There's a lot more stuff on there. So that's just with YouTube ads. I'm going to talk a little bit more. If you haven't watched the YouTube growth video, go watch that. This is the thumbnail for it. You can go look at that. But I'm going to talk about other income streams, because if you pull someone like Rice Gum, again, I don't even think he really posts all that much. People get mad at him. He's got over 10 million. He's definitely making millions. Look, I don't know him personally. I don't know anything about that. But, if they're selling merch, doing brand deals, like FaZe Banks, for an example. If you guys know them, I have friends of mine who are extremely close, grew up with all of the FaZe guys. Banks made, I believe it was $25,000 off 3 story posts. So a company sent him, I'm actually not going to explain it so they don't think I know. But a company sent him something, like it was cool. It integrated with his brand. It wasn't even like, you could tell it was an ad, obviously, but 25 grand for a story post on Instagram, 3 of them, just back to back to back explaining something. So they make a lot of money off this stuff, with other stuff, other businesses. I don't know exactly what they do. The person I can gauge for you the most accurately would be Jake Paul, because I do have connections and I know a lot of friends that are friends with him. So Jake made about 55 million last year. Now, if you were to think about it logically, and this is in 2017, there's no way that he made an average of 5 million a month, right? That would be roughly the 55 million. So the thing, he made like 55, maybe 60, somewhere around there. So there's no way it was just 5 million a month. It had to have been growing. So I bet he started maybe 1 or 2 and it ended at like 10, which averaged it out. So you carry that income over to this year, I would not be surprised at all. Like literally it would not faze me if Jake made over $100 million this year. Like not at all. With the fight that's going down from when I'm recording this in a few days or whatever in London or the UK or wherever it is, like plus the ad revenue on his stuff, the merch sales. I know from someone who actually lives in his house, again, I'm not going to say it because I don't want anything to come back to me. He on a low day makes $100,000 off merch. Like it's crazy the amount of stuff coming in there. It's ridiculous. So there's other incomes. And he also, if you want to think about YouTube equity, started Teamdom, which has Team 10, which is a branch of it, which is, I believe that's his primary, that's his primary venture. But he now has equity in like 12 or 13 other people, where he takes like 10 to 30% of their brand, like all of the money they make for a long time. So the income streams that branch off of him starting with YouTube, and he started on Vine, then very quickly moved to YouTube and it just blew up. So this is like probably 400 to 500 days worth of, 689. You can see right there the amount of uploads. So he's been going for like nearly 2 years and you can just see it just blew up 16.4 million subs. Like his, again, we don't know what his CPM is. This could be so far off. Like he could be making millions a month off the YouTube ad revenue. I don't think he quite is. I bet that's somewhat accurate right around there, which is crazy. It's definitely a multi-6-figure a month thing. Now, for me, this is just off my personal brand. If you guys want to see some of the videos for an example on what I do, the only affiliate offer I push, the only thing that kind of makes sense is right here. I put it in almost every video. It's in all of my Shopify videos, is the free 14-day Shopify trial. So I primarily teach e-commerce. This is what I do on the channel. It's my main business, my main source of income. And so people are going to sign up for the website, which I don't own. They're just going to sign up for it anyways. Might as well sign up through my link, right? It makes sense. Perfect offer. It's not really like people don't feel like they're being advertised to. I don't even mention it. So I leave it there, and that's through the Shopify affiliate program, which you do have to go and get enrolled in and apply through. But that right there makes me, at one point, my highest month, it was $4,000 in a month. So it pays out every 2 weeks. I made like $2,200 and like $2,400. So it's like $4,500. But it's like an average of like $2,500 to $3,000 a month. that's just extra money. That pays a chunk of rent on a place, that pays for whatever you want to do. So just by leaving that there, that's extremely beneficial, with something on just leaving an affiliate offer. And I'm sure other people, other YouTubers and whatnot, depending on what they do, have affiliate offers all over their stuff. So if you want to go down here to my estimated daily earnings, so as you can see, if you're calculating it on, let's just call it a conservative $6,000 a month, that's $200 a day. So with this, they're estimating lowball by about 4 times, maybe 5. So it's really interesting to see that. And I'm not that big of a channel. Like I just crossed 85,000 subs at the time of this recording. So it's really interesting to see what you can actually make off that. And again, this is just one thing. Then you add in other stuff, like if I were to host some sort of event, which I've never done, charging for that, or do some sort of, like if I have a course that I'm offering, which is currently closed for those of you who've been asking, it's been closed for a while, but selling courses through that, people can make a lot of money through that. And so that builds off of your audience. That's why a lot of people build an audience in a specific niche. And that's why I personally actually get a lot of big people, not even YouTubers, but primarily big people who are blowing up on Instagram. Like I'm not going to put them out there again for privacy, but let's just say people with viral videos in a big space, like what, they're hanging out with Drake, like they got pictures, like all of them follow, like all the celebrities, they know them and they directly DM me, like asking for help because they know I'm making more money than they are. Because the thing is, just because you have an audience, just because you have followers, does not mean you're making money. It really doesn't. So you got to be able to capitalize on that. It's just attention is great, but how are you monetizing on that? A lot of these smaller channels can make a lot of money without necessarily having to like have a massive reach. Like you don't need 16 million subs to make a crap ton of money. You really don't. Like to start making money, you don't have to be a massive influencer. You can start making money on YouTube with a very small amount. Just make sure that you're posting consistently. And this goes back to the whole growth video that I made a few days back. Just posting that value every single day, like hit them with it. Just build something in a specific niche, build an audience around that, because then eventually you can start monetizing it. Like that was not my goal when I first started. And I actually didn't monetize my channel at all with ads themselves or with any sort of offer or program or consulting or anything I ended up doing until about 10,000 subscribers. So I could have done it way prior. And like I said, I know someone who made $32,000 or $35,000 in a single day with 800 subscribers. That person launched a course. So it's really crazy to see like people make a lot of money that you wouldn't expect. Like there's a lot of people making 6 figures, probably 6 figures a month as well off YouTube. So if you guys want to get started growing a channel, go back and watch that video I made. I'm gonna leave it linked down below as well. Here's the thumbnail for it. You can go check it out. It's just a couple days ago on the channel. But that's just what I've done with my YouTube so far. It's what other people have done. I hope that breaks it down. You can use that site, Social Blade, to get a really good rough estimate on how much money people are making, the views, what goes into that. It does depend on the niche. So if it's some sort of business entrepreneur type niche, the odds of people buying a product on there are a lot higher. So that means the ad space is more expensive for companies to get those viewers to see their ads. So that's why my ad rates are higher and I make more money per view. So while I might not have millions of views and I don't necessarily need it, my CPM is higher. So it definitely doesn't make up for the difference. But for what I'm doing, I can't complain. I don't do YouTube for the ad revenue money. That's not the goal. That's not what I'm doing. So it's like a nice bonus income on top of everything. So if you guys have any other questions about anything with like being able to monetize a YouTube channel, growing a YouTube channel, or kind of what sort of offers you should do, even what niche you should build it in, for the niche, you got to make sure it's something something you're passionate about. Depending on what you want to do, there's a lot of different options. Let me know what that is in the comments down below. I'm going to be active in there answering all questions. So feel free to hit me up in there. And if you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button. That's literally all I ask. Like it says 385 videos into YouTube. I've been posting every single day for about 10 months now. That's literally all I ask in return. Show some love. It's free. Reply to people in the comments if you get a second. Just be positive. That's it. Drop a like, drop some smiles in the comments down below or something, and make sure to join the family. We're closing in on 100K. 100K subs is coming soon, you guys. I do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. And with that being said, I'll be seeing you tomorrow in the next video. Peace.